Good evening everyone. Hi, tervetuloa. Eli nyt olisi se aika ja now it's the time. So if you have questions, put it on the chat. There's gonna be a list if needed to be made by the order of the question. Eli lista tehdään kysymysten järjestyksessä. So in English and in Finnish. Hello. I think I need... Hello, Kavi. Today I took a card for myself, which was the world. And that gave a lot of different things to consider. I'm cool. And you? I'm good. Took a long walk today with the family and brought some toys for the little one. I was studying the world card and that gave me... It kind of blew my mind, sort of. So, it was really nice. And you? You cool? So yeah, in Finland it's now almost 2 a.m. so it's sort of late here. So I was supposed to come on live already earlier, but there was a lot of things to do and I got really caught up with the world card and Joder was cool. Cool. I tend to bake bread and buns sometimes. And cookies either. I don't know, is it like really Viking of me to make cookies? In the end. So when there is a small delay in the chat, don't worry about it. It's yeah, pretty much. Well, in general, yes, and then there is the occasional things that are not so healthy, but they are really good. Today we ate lasagna that I actually made. It was fantastically soggy, but tasted pretty nice, sort of. But yeah, here's the world. And this was the one I was studying today. So I came to the conclusion that you are you have mastered something when you have this, and you are not affected about outside influence so much. Hello. Yeah, go ahead, Kavi Serati. Go ahead, ask. Sorry, I have to poke a little bit my phone there. So the deal is that you make a question and then you want to list if you need a list. So Gaviserati, I would like to know if I'm going to find love soon. Let's see. Let's see. For me, it looks like you are keeping an eye on that field, on that situation. You're estimating things, and maybe you're measuring your own passions. But I think yes, and for me it seems like it would be a person from your past. But that gives you also, in that sense, with that person, there's choices to be made. But I wouldn't wait them too long, because then I think you might have actually options to choose from. So soon, I would say rather soon, yes. I think the thing is just about round the corner. I think it's also about this, that if you choose to find it, you find it. Yeah, I think it's either that or then that you are a little bit in the past and you have to choose if you want to find the love that you're looking for. And it could be a person from your past, and then you decide if you want to move forward with that. But I wouldn't waste time too much, because you will have choices, but they won't be there forever. So you need to choose then something. So if it's a person, well, it doesn't have to be an ex. It can be just a person. It could be just a person from the past. Maybe you see them in a different light. But I think it's a lot about this, that if you choose to and you want to, yes, you will find love soon. But I think it seems like you are somehow estimating your own, like, desires. So what do you desire? You are like making this, that you are thinking, what do you want to do? You're welcome. So yeah, I was checking today the world card, and well, it's kind of the last card of the cycle, what the fool's journey makes you go through. And I found out also, like for me, it seems that the fool has a staff that is carrying, and it seems like in the world card you have the staff has made in 3 pieces, and there's created a sphere around you, like I mentioned before, that then you get to a point that you have mastered something, maybe like a lesson in life or whatever. You have mastered something, and then outside you are kind of more secure, and whatever happens outside you, it doesn't really affect you in the same way than earlier. So you are kind of confident that you are having things good. And by the way, Gabi, you have the world in this, which is kind of funny in this reading. So that gave me also the idea still that you are in a position that if you choose to find the love, you will find it, and you will find it soon. And why when I was talking about the world, there is, for me, there was a big connection to the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of one of my favorite cards also. And for me, it felt like when you reach the world, then the wheel, you are not riding the Wheel of Fortune anymore. You are not on it, but you are basically the center of it, or it revolves around you. So you don't ride it anymore same way. Wheel of Fortune in the rider right is something like this. And so yeah, you can see the creatures there. There's the angel and the eagle and the lion and the bull, Taurus. And here they look like they are more like statues, and they are all reading. And I have this impression that they are reading your fate. And when you get to the world in a matter, you can call it a karmic life lesson, then you are kind of the master of your own destiny. And these guys are not reading anymore. They are more like, for me it feels like they are helping you, or you are more together with them. Also they have a little bit shifted. You have only the heads in the world, and here you have the complete characters that look like statues, and they are more realistic in the world card, like as here. And now these two are watching. First I thought they were watching each other, but now I think they are guarding this. That this one more wand here, and these two are looking straight at you. So these earlier were commanding your fate, and now they're working for you. So kind of the wheel is working, and you would be maybe the center of the wheel, that you can see the movement, but you don't have to move if you don't want to. So it's really interesting stuff, and you can do a lot of different things when you study and want to learn the tarot. You can do meditation, you can read books, just then look at the cards, and there's a lot of different things. And of course there is, for example, I had the Ace of Swords was my card yesterday. Well, it from somewhere came a Motorhead song that was I Am the Sword. Even in that I found something. So it's basically everything, everywhere can be. So in that sense there's no rules when you're studying it. Of course you have certain meanings that have been sort of agreed since the ancient times. What is what, and you have the archetypes like I was telling yesterday, for example, empress could be the mother, emperor is the father, and everybody has more or less the same idea, basically what's a mother and what is a father. Of course there is a lot of different mothers and fathers, but certain things kind of apply in this case. And also you can find different inspiration from different decks. There is like countless amounts. We have a lot of different decks ourselves. Got some as gift. We bought some from the travels we made. And in here in the center of Helsinki is one place called Union Mystica, and there is all sorts of things of esoteric nature and spiritual things and objects you can buy. Sure. Laura, go ahead. In Spanish, sorry I didn't know. I do only Finnish and English. I'm sorry, I understand very poco of Spanish. I can talk about very simple things with my daughter, roughly. And I understand most of the time what she says, but sorry, I don't think I can make her reading in Spanish. Davinia does Spanish, she will be on tomorrow, so you definitely... Yeah, go ahead, ask in English, please. So I am doing English and Finnish, eli englanniksi ja suomeksi in my session. Tässä sessiossa on tosiaan englanti ja suomi. So go ahead, Laura, then. I was a bit caught up talking about the cards, so I wasn't paying. I should have paid better attention, sorry for that earlier. Yeah, and I said that the tarot is an extremely good tool to get to know yourself. Basically, that's what it's about. And I still have my old glasses, still waiting for the new ones. These are still with their card drapes, clippers. The other one the balance, and the other one keeps the other part, so they don't fall off my face. So hopefully tomorrow. Okay, so Lara would want to know if my Juan Aquaru doesn't answer her messages. Is it that he has lost interest in her? Let's see. I would say he has not lost interest in you. But I think he might be a little bit stuck with something, and I think there's definitely a still good potential between you two to find like I think there's I would go even to love with this one. So I definitely has not lost interest in you, but I think he's somewhat stuck. Or he's waiting from you. Maybe he waits for you to contact him in the end. I think he has interest in you. I think there's a potential between you two. Then one doesn't answer. I don't know, it's a bit weird because it shows that he would have interest in you and he sees you, but he's somehow stuck with something, and I don't quite see, I cannot quite explain more why he wouldn't answer, because I think he should. Sorry, yeah, I got a bit confused there. Yeah, you have why he doesn't answer your messages. I don't know. I see that I don't see why he shouldn't. Okay. Let's see. I don't know, maybe he's like he has his head at the moment with something else, but let's see. I think he's going through a big change, and then maybe there has something rather dramatic has gone down, and he has to. I think he's like putting himself together. That he's balancing his own mind and his own life at the moment. That this what happened has changed his perspective, and he's a bit stuck with it. He's at the moment not quite sure what he should do on his own. So I think there has been something rather traumatic, not very minor thing, that has put him on kind of on hold. So I think he's paying attention to himself and doing other. Let's see. What is the advice? What you should do? I get this notion that it's this why he's not answering, that it's not about you really. That like I said there, that it's more about something that has happened on his. Yes, I think you should be patient. That there is, I think you should wait. Yeah, for sure. Because that was has gone down with him. It's not a minor. It's not really a small thing. So I think this person needs a little bit time to get his perspective right and get some kind of balance there. He's going to chat with me first. Yeah, if you try to reach him, I think what I took like an advice, I would suggest patience really. That I think sending more messages wouldn't help. That it would be more that then when he's ready, he would answer. And I think it's not really that he lost interest in you. It's I don't think it really has nothing to do sort of with you that he's not answering. In that sense, that he has some other big issues on him now, and he's thinking of something else entirely, and that he has really has to put himself a little bit together. Well, this is, I would think so, yes. I think that's the case. Or at least he has to get himself sorted first, and then you can expect an answer that he's not okay at the moment. So, and what I saw, what was between you, I think there is like potential a lot. Well, I think it is that is on his. Hi, Maria. I think the ball is on his corner at the moment, and then when he's ready, you're welcome. And for everyone, if you haven't, if you want to subscribe the channel, hit the bell, like, and then you get a notification when I'm on here. Yes, I think there is definitely something that could like grow to something very serious, or even more like what has been now. And yeah, and this was the point, because I was a little bit, when I was looking at the cards, I was like, all between you for me pointed out that at the moment there shouldn't be, in that sense. I wouldn't say straight like a stable relation, but I think that there's, well, let's say that there's all the potential for that, and like what one would call even in a poetic romantic sense, love. So I think there's all the parts are there, and then it's up to you what you're gonna make it from it in the end. But of course you need to, I guess, get in contact with this person first. But at the moment it looks like he's on something else, and it's not just minor things what has happened. So this is what I see. And when he gets himself sorted, then you see what happens. But at the moment it seems like there's all the potential between you two. Yeah. But obviously, of course, it has to then, if I take one more card from this, it has to go that the both parties will take part in this, like physically then, of course, and in a practical way. Well, that's really nice to hear. That is kind of the point why we are here. So it's always really nice if give some insight, and you have the answers in you in the end. So thank you a lot, and please come back if you have other questions or anything. And on the screen should be an email for us, so if you want to have more detailed, more in-depth reading, you contact us with an email. You can also send, for example, Laura, you can send us a feedback there, or if you have anything to ask otherwise about the readings or something, we try to answer everyone if it's just possible. And here we have me, English and Finnish, eli suomeksi ja englanniksi. Jos suomenkielisiä löytyy, niin sekin onnistuu. Oh yeah, I was talking at some point also about the, the electric scooters. I think somebody told me that I haven't watched TV in a long while, a little bit from the web and stuff, but somebody told me that in South Park was something about this electric scooters, and I tried one today. I was totally like, it had annoyed me because they are left everywhere and something I don't know, but I tried. It was cool. It was cool. It was really, really funny. I was taking my dog with it, and then I ran out of the zone, and then, well, then I had to kind of push it back to the zone, and it started moving suddenly faster, and it was, I almost fell down. But the dog went with me pretty good. So, I am from Finland, and I'm currently in Finland as well. But I have a Spanish daughter, so I consider myself, my girlfriend is Spanish, so I am like 1/4 Spanish, I would say. I have taken a DNA test stuff, which gave me something that I am 70% Finnish, and then I have Baltic countries and the Nordic countries, so I am something like 1/4 Viking, hopefully, I guess. And where are you from? Yes, I've been to Spain many times. I have taken several road trips with Davini. We have driven, I don't drive, but she drove us back already like, what, 3 times with the van. We even did some live tarot from the van once, and we went from a beach to another. Well, let's put it this way: Finnish people love Spain, the Spanish people, and the Spanish food, the Spanish beaches, and Spanish language. There's a lot of Finnish people that learn Spanish and speak Spanish. You can go to a bus, then for example, for her happened that she went to a bus, and the driver noticed that she's Spanish, so the driver talks Spanish. I think in Spain it won't work quite that well either. We have a colony somewhere in Fuengirola of Finnish people there. I've been to Madrid, Barcelona, and then East Coast, I suppose. And I don't even remember. We've been around a lot there. Spain is a beautiful, beautiful country with mostly really nice people, and I have eaten there, I don't know, God knows how many things. And I have to say that I got like not that good food twice, but I like basically, otherwise it's like, I think maybe there is a law that says that if you make bad food they put you in the prison or something, but the food is sensationally good there. Ah, okay, cool. And well, Spain is wonderful. Finland is not that bad either. Well, the food is not that good as in Spain. There is not that much of sun, but the nature is really pretty, and this is kind of quiet place. Sort of like Finland in general is that if you want to have peace and quiet, you can find it here. It's calming, and the nature of the forests and stuff. We live near to a place that we have a central park there, and it's 2 minutes that you're in the forest. Half an hour you're already in like a real kind of forest. Well, and I guess it's not that surprising, but there's a lot of conejitos here, bunnies, foxes, deer. Taking the dog out, we saw a couple of deers there in the like 1 kilometer that way, so it was really, really nice. So, but yeah, Finland is a place of peace and quiet in the end. There is like even signs in the buses saying that you shouldn't talk too loud, so people appreciate the silence in the end. Cool. And maybe that's the one thing that Finns love, because Finnish people go to Spain a lot also, and that's I guess why one reason to learn the language. that there is this. I remember going to Spain like first time. It's like first of all I came to the airport and everything seemed to kind of slow down in a good way. That it was not so hectic. Okay, I arrived in the middle of the night, I think, or something, but somehow the atmosphere was really like, for me, really positive, and the people seem really warm, and here people don't talk to you when you walk on the street, but if you have a dog, then they come to talk to you. Even if they don't have a dog, they might just come talk about the dog and or something like this. Now, sorry, I have to stand up for a sec. Make a little stretch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Finland is one of the most sparsely populated countries that you can actually, if you want to be alone, it's possible more ways than one, like physically and otherwise. That somebody made a joke that when before this whole Corona situation, that in Finland nothing changed because nobody wants to sit you next to you in the bus anyway, or in the bus stop. There's anywhere like, well, somebody said that they said, okay, you have to have 2 meters distance between the people who are waiting for the bus. Somebody made like the joke on Facebook or something like, why they want us to stand more close to each other, because basically there is some pictures you can see people are having like 3, 4, 5 meters a distance between each other anyway, and there is room for that most of the time. So yes, Emily, go ahead, ask away. How does Capricorn feel about Emily Rosa? No communication currently. How does Capricorn feel about I think he has made his feelings at the moment is that he has in purpose taken distance, maybe even a physical distance, and not communicating. So I think he's holding to his own some practical ideas, but I see that there could be contact in a form maybe related to a celebration. That I would say, I think that he could be contacting you though. Yeah, I think so. And maybe this, well, in a form of some celebration. Maybe it could be like, well, there is celebrations coming up. At least here we have the Christmas coming up, New Year coming up. Not that far. But I would say it's very likely that there is some movement on his part. Maybe even the physical distance could be less. So I think this is for me what I see, that it develops like it, that there's gonna be contact. Yeah, I think he's estimating the situation, and he's sort of evaluating his own own feelings and what he wants, and also somehow evaluating you in the same way. But I think it's time frames. Well, we can try to check something about the time as well, of course. Let's see. So we ask exactly what that, when would there be a possible contact then? I have a strong feeling that that would relate to the holidays, sort of. Of course, nowadays the days are what they are, and all the travel and holidays are not quite what they used to be, I guess. Let's see what it says about time frame. Time frame. I think for me everything, it's during the holidays. I would say New Year, around New Year, that it gives me cards that would indicate this, because it's something that when it's an end of a cycle, sort of like even practically. So yes, I think New Year is very likely. Thank you. And yeah, if you like what you see and hear here on our channel, we have, by the way, videos about meditations with the cards. You should check those out. They will give you very good idea, and you can learn about the cards, and then you can learn about yourself more, of course, and give us feedback from there. And if you want the more in-depth reading, there is instructions on the screen also. It seems like I might experience some problems with the connection, but I guess it will be buffering a little bit. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be here still a little while at least. So if you have and Emily, this is for you. If you're still here, this is from the Mythic Fennica Tarot, made by a Finnish woman called Susanna Salo. Hey, hey, hey. It's the dragon, related to fire. I have to check a little bit. What was this? I don't really remember that well yet, these Mythic Fennica tarots. But I think that was the 10 of Wands, if I'm not complete, yes. And from here would come the dragon, 10 of Wands. I was thinking that it's 10 of Wands. This is the funny thing, you have the fire, you have the dragon, so it's also a completion of a cycle sort of, and it could be that if you have carrying too much, and that then that will end at some point. But in general, keywords: will to fight, creative force, courage, vanquishing the darkness, being freed from fears, powerful inner fire energy, brave warrior, new conquest. So there is something. It says, it's told that the dragons had a hypnotic gaze which they used to petrify their victim. And the Greek word dragon indeed derives from the word which means just that. They also had other peculiar abilities, such as the power to read minds, shapeshift, and to confuse a person's vision. It was said that the dragon's source of power was a mythical stone, tulkintaa, which was lodged into their heads, and they were feverishly sought after by the alchemists of the Middle Ages. Tulkintaa was said to be the pivotal ingredient of the life elixir that could cure any disease and grant its consumer eternal life. And dragons are appearing in several different cultural contexts and traditions in the end. And then, funny fact, for example, from here, according to the testimonies of numerous eyewitnesses, a flying serpent was once seen in the sky of Finland, and it was believed to have fallen into the town of St. Petersburg. According to another tale, the Nakki was afraid of whirlpools that the stones that were thrown in the water left behind, because it believed that the dragon lived in the vortex, the great whirlpool in the Sea of Finnmark. So there's something about the dragon, but yeah, funny, I really haven't studied that much of this, but it has really imagery that it's related to this Finnish Kalevala epos, which is a national, like a, what is this? Now it escapes me, but national epos, a book, and it's called Kalevala, and it has been made from that, so it's pretty ingenious, and you can find things from everything. I think they have even tarot with cats, and if it works for you, why not take the ones with the cats? But this is really, we got this from a friend I was showing yesterday, and it comes with the book. There you can see pictures of the different cards in the book, and it's a bit like Finland is a bit dark place. Like, I think it was some point, was it like 8 or 18 hours one November that we had sunlight. So in the summer, even in the south, the sun might not really go down that much. It goes down maybe for a few hours, and then it's kind of light all the time. In the winter, many times you went to work in the morning, you woke up, there's no sun. You go to work, you might see it through the window. When you come back, it's dark. So it seems like it's dark all the time. So people take a lot of vitamin D. There is a lot of depression. There is a lot of suicides. Somebody said that all the unhappy people in Finland killed themselves. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's a bit heavy. For me, it was a couple of winters ago. It never was quite that heavy, and it just felt like, I don't know, I never experienced quite like that. And after this, I've been also eating the vitamins. So take your vitamins otherwise as well, of course. But yeah, that was the dragon from the Mythic Fennica Tarot. I don't know why I cannot remember it that well. So, but yeah, wands being the fire, and you have the dragon and the fire, so it's like similar aspects, and you can relate these and get different ideas. But there is like straight certain same things also in things on this one. And let's see another one here. And this was also like kind of interesting. The Spellcaster's Tarot. We have small one and a big one from this. Let's see if I find this what I was looking for. No, just let's put it this one. The Emperor. I think it's like, I think there's like a forest, god of forest called Hermes. And if you look at this guy, it looks like a very powerful being, like the Emperor is. So it conveys the idea of the card pretty well, that is really like strong, and it's, I guess, in this one is uber masculine, and of course that being a father figure and stuff, that's what the Emperor also is as well. But yeah, these cards carry their tone throughout the cards pretty well as well, this Spellcaster's Tarot, and seems to have a lot of influence on different cultures and traditions in general. And for me, yeah, today was the world, like I said, and tomorrow is gonna be another card. And by the way, in Finland, we are already in Friday the 13th, which is interesting. Means something or nothing, who knows. But anyway, that's gonna be about as well. I don't know if it was about this, that they, in Christian tradition, that they had the 12 disciples and Jesus 13, and it's an unlucky number. I guess there's a lot of things behind that, and funny enough, the death is 13 in the tarot. So there is that. And let's check from comparison. It's like in the Rider White there's the Emperor, which is actually Hallitsija in Finnish. Somebody interpreted that. I don't know what it should be. I guess it's like a ruler more than an emperor on my view. But it's more like a traditional looking figure anyway than the other one, which was more like a beast kind of thing. So this guy is more like old school looking in that way. So I'm gonna be a little while still here, and then probably again tomorrow maybe. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna do a session together with Davinia. But if you like the stuff what we have here, check out our other videos. There is stuff that is also not related to tarot. There is like what is called the section is like questions that you didn't know that exist, and we put there, try to update that also at some point. Hopefully I will get new glasses, because this is getting a bit heavy and funny already with this one. Just a random card from there is a Three of Pentacles. It's like beginning of a big project could be. It can be related to the Empress. Also supposed to the death even in some way, because it brings some change about. Somebody was saying that this could be somebody like investors like estimating is it good to put money on the project as well. And it's Earth. Let's see here. Let's, for comparison, take from this one the Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, King of Cups, Swords. Well, funny enough, what it's in this is called tonttu, which is like an elf, like sort of like the one that is with Saint Nicholas or like Father Christmas. Joulupukki, we see it in Finnish. Let's see if I can first find it from here. So that's a different take on it. Now there is the tonttu, elf. So this is how they see it, Three of Wands in this one. And in this it said home, housekeeping, places keeper, work, diligence, sensibility, moderation, self-control, a slow process, sense of duty, peaceful home, fortunate life changes, balanced family life, moving. It's not quite exactly the same in some ways. Something similar to the what I see in the Three of Pentacles, but it would say this, which will give a haltia, which is an elf, came to live in any building that had four corners. In Finland, this type of haltia was usually called tonttu. The name is derived from the Finnish word tontti, a lot, for they were the haltias of certain places. One could find several tonttus around the homestead, and they all had their own chores and responsibilities. Sauna tonttu lived in the sauna. This is a very big thing in here. Like every apartment building in Finland has a sauna, so it's like the closed room. You have a thing that heats the rocks, usually electric, and you throw water on it. And usually Finnish people try to scare or shock the visitors here to put them to the sauna, and you go naked with strangers, and many people drink alcohol there and beer, and you make makkara, sausage also in the bloody thing. Mill tonttu live in a mill, stable tonttu live in a stable, and so forth. Haltia appeared to the building when its foundations were laid, and usually followed if the building was transferred to another place. Food was provided to the haltias as the elves as tonttu every now and then to keep them favorable. Sometimes they even had their own rooms, and sauna tonttu remained happy as long as the sauna was hot enough for it to warm itself after the residents have bathed. So there's something like this. And I actually have been in a play what was about kekri, which is like harvest, and there was also some mention about this, to keep these spirits and elves and things happy by offering them some alcohol and food outside and things like that. Was nice thing to do. One character made own music to it and used the contraction of sort of like a bone thing for this. I was playing the like the master of the house. What I did too at the time was that a couple of people were dressed up as animals. Why am I telling this story? Because it's related to this, like Haltia, elf, Tonttu creatures, which were included in that one too. But yeah, a few people were playing animals, and the idea was that you would give even the animals like some really, and even the alcohol. And they had put water on a transparent bottle, alcohol bottle, which was to be sure, but I changed it for real alcohol, and couple of them took like big shots from it, and it was, for me, it was funny. Nothing bad happened, it was just surprising and funny at the time. So, but these animals got good shot at the time, yeah. So, even of course in the traditions there are similarities, you just don't even have to look very far actually in many things that there are in creation myths, and more like, for example, also this elves and these keepers of places and guardian spirits and all sorts of things. So oh yeah, this was actually from the Spellcaster's Tarot. The Six of Cups, which would be related to the lovers making choices and a message from the past and all that. But compared to many cards, that was one card that kind of stood out for me a little bit weird, because I felt like what I remember of this, it's like this, and like you have this kind of imagery. I guess it depends like what do you want to make of it, but somehow that was really modern compared to, like, I don't know, there's the star, you have an Egyptian vibe there. So that was the one that stood out. I felt that didn't belong there, but these are also pretty cool. Maybe not my absolute favorite, but still pretty cool, I would say. But yeah, I think it's time for me to wrap it up from today. Thank you, and thank for the sort of ether and the source to keeping me and you all together for today. And maybe we're gonna be on tomorrow as well. So check, stay safe, and see you in the future. Good night.